Welcome to the Noka News Network. I'm Ricky French, and I'm here with Dan Colley.
Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Dan. It's the big 37th episode of the Noka News Network.
This episode should have a mortgage by now. Probably a wife, maybe a kid or two.
If it had been
a beagle.
If it had been paying close attention to its credit worthiness, it should have a mortgage. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, but it went to comedy podcast college, so now it just owns a lot of money to the comedy podcast government.
Right, and it gets its comedy podcast income tax return taken by the
every year
government.
Yeah, eventually the comedy podcast wife will want to leave him and take the kids, and then have to deal with comedy podcast child support. And
this episode is depressed. It needs help.
Wait till we get to the 45th episode. then all its comedy podcast joints will hurt. It'll really question its comedy podcast decisions and comedy podcast life.
Yeah, it's a sad state. It's going to have to take comedy podcast antidepressants.
I'm just thinking comedy podcast Zoloft will be the thing.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah, it'll wear a comedy podcast beanie with a skull on it.
I don't doubt it.
Try to gain its comedy podcast youth by listening to old comedy podcast punk bands.
But it's not comedy podcast working, and it comedy podcast knows that if it looks deep enough. But it tries to avoid that and just move on.
It just looks forward to going to comedy podcast bed every day. Hangs on for its one comedy podcast vacation a year.
Yeah,
gets up late.
It's a sad state of comedy podcast affairs. It really is.
Poor bastard comedy podcast.
Hey, Dan, a cattle farmer in Brazil said a steer that escaped slaughter and ended up on a water slide at a neighboring club will now be kept as a pet.
Yeah, I escaped slaughter once. I didn't want to go to the show, so I told my buddy I was sick when I was a kid.
Well, of course not. That would have been terrible.
I'd been up all night and sleep all day.
Yeah. Carlos Miguel Sarante said the 2-year-old steer escaped from his cattle farm in Nova Granada and made its way to the neighboring Indaya Club de Campo, where the animal ended up climbing on top of the water slide at the pool.
Did it shoot a goal? Goal!
It may have. The steer slid halfway down the slide before coming to a stop. Just FYI.
It should have tucked its little cow legs across its chest.
It should have.
Yeah.
A video from the scene shows a man roping the steer and leading it the rest of the way down the slide and into the water. Sarante said the bovine's adventure has made it a local celebrity. He said the steer had been scheduled to be slaughtered but will now be kept as a pet.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
It is nice. I looked to see if he had any injuries, but he's fine. He'll stay here because of the people, Sarante said. The people want to know where he is. He's been the attraction. Everyone wants to know. We want to take him to the club. So now I guess they were going to eat this cow, but now they're going to
clubbing.
They're going to take him to a water park for fun.
Oh, sure, yeah, why not?
They've named the steer Taboga, which is a Portuguese word for slide.
Oh,
which I guess is where toboggan comes from.
Probably,
I suppose. Not that
or Toblerone.
I don't know if that comes from that. Probably not.
So let's continue on the escapee animal story train.
Let's.
A group of 8 camels and 1 llama escaped from a circus in Spain and wandered the streets, drunk as shit, of Madrid before...
It sounded like 8 camels and a llama walked into a bar at the beginning of that.
Yeah, they walked into the bar and said, hey, driver. The Spanish National Police say the animals were found wandering the streets of the capital about 5 a.m., definitely drunk, and officers rounded them up and
were they
returned
looking
them to
for
the
an
circus.
IHOP or something?
They were looking for a Waffle House, probably.
Yeah.
The Grand Circo Quiros said the animals escaped after an act of sabotage by the Beastie Boys and animal rights activists.
Oh.
The exact nature of the sabotage was not specified.
Well, it sounds like they left a gate open.
Yeah, they're bloodthirsty savages.
Yeah.
The circus said the camels and the llama were not injured during their time on the loose. They may have hangovers at this point because they were doing shooters.
No, were they?
Jaeger bombs.
What does a camel even drink? I don't know.
Fireball.
Oh, okay. Well, they like it. They like it hot, I guess.
They like it spicy. They spit.
Yeah, they do. So do llamas.
Yeah, that's
as a matter
right.
of fact.
Bunch of spitting animals running around.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're continuing with this animal thing. It looks like a Maine lobsterman caught a rare cotton candy lobster in Casco Bay this past weekend.
Lobsterman, huh?
Yeah, lobsterman.
Is his name Ira?
No, well, no.
That's my son, Ira Lobsterman. I'm very
Here we
proud
go.
of him.
Here we go. The odds of catching a cotton candy lobster are about 1 in 100 million.
But I told my little Ira that you're a special guy and you could do it if you wanted.
The iridescent opal-like coloring of the lobster is the result of a genetic mutation.
I told Miriam
Okay.
the other day.
That's enough of that shit. Lobsterman Bill Coppersmith.
Oh, but okay. That doesn't sound like a lobsterman.
No.
Sounds like an Irishman.
Who has been fishing for...
He's like a regular lobsterman, but he's dressed like an Irishman.
That's true. Lobsterman Bill Coppersmith, who has been fishing for 40 years, caught the lobster, which he named Hattie after his granddaughter. It is the first cotton candy lobster he's ever caught.
Well, there you go.
Hattie is now at the Get Maine Lobster in Portland, which I don't know what that means. It sounds like a place where you get Maine lobster.
Yeah, it sounds like Hattie's getting lunched.
They shared pictures of the rare lobster. Get Maine Lobster said it's talking to area organizations and aquariums that might want to adopt Hattie. So we will not find out whether a cotton candy lobster actually tastes like cotton candy because they don't plan on eating it.
And one place might want to adopt her, Captain D's.
No, they don't use any real lobster or anything.
God, no, it's
No.
reconstituted chicken guts or something. Yeah. Okay, so this story, again, animal related. The whole first segment is animal related.
Oh, we did one of those, I guess.
Yeah, we did. The each segment's kind of got a theme. If you really, we're getting back into that. So this one here is about monkeys. A new vaccine technology that eliminated the human immunodeficiency virus, or the HIV, in test monkeys has raised hopes for an end to the AIDS pandemic, a research team said.
Oh, that's good.
Yashiro Yatsatomi, director of the Tsukuba Primate Research Center under the National Institute of Biomedical Innovation, Health and Nutrition, said the team's goal is to begin clinical testing on humans within 5 years.
But they did cure the HIV in the monkeys thus far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Back to wild, unprotected sex with monkeys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Just like the good old days, I
Yeah.
guess. Right.
Back
Sure.
before the 70s.
Yeah. So if you want to just raw dog a fucking monkey, Ricky, go ahead, buddy. It's
It's all good now.
it's a safe space here.
They're they're cured. You don't have to worry about it.
That's right. Take one out on a Segway, take it back home, bang it out.
Just like Robert Plant back in the day. You know how
Absolutely.
he used to do.
You know, if you're
Jimmy
going,
Page. Him and Jimmy Page tag teaming a bunch of monkey going down to the zoo. You know how they did things.
A-frame and
It
orangutan.
was
Yeah, great.
wild times.
Yeah. If you're going to take a monkey home to Netflix and chill, what do you watch? It Dunstan Checks In?
I got.
Any Which Way But Loose?
Didn't Burt Reynolds do a movie with a monkey one time?
No, that was. I think you're thinking of Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Clyde, Left Turn Clyde.
Yeah.
Those two movies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Actually, in the one movie, him and his girlfriend went and picked up another monkey for Clyde to bang out. Remember?
No,
I
don't remember.
Oh yeah, they were both at hotel rooms. So Clyde and his monkey chick had a hotel, and then Clint and his regular chick had a hotel room. And at one time, they're both swinging on chandeliers, and then presumably both banging out, raw dogging that shit.
Well, we had that story last week where that lady put the monkey in her strip routine. So
We'll see.
don't know.
Monkeys know what's up. throw poo, get down on it. Hey, my question though is, what kind of sadistic?
Throw poo and get down.
Like on a weekend.
Yeah. No, not during the week. During the week they have.
That's a school night.
They've got important monkey business to attend to.
Yeah, dude, that's school night shit. You can't be doing that on a school night. That's only unless it's your birthday.
Hit the hay early.
That's right. You got to take the monkey recycling out in the morning. Got to get up monkey early.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, what kind of sick sadistic bastard gives monkeys age?
Well, I just covered that. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page. I think that's where this all started.
And well, when the levee broke.
Levy, i.e. condom. That's what they meant by all that.
They were wearing condoms.
I know. That's a silly thing to say.
Silly bastard. Do you think they were Pink Floyd?
Yeah, my bad. That's all right. Well, let's wrap this up, Dan, for the love of God.
Unlike Jimmy Plant, Robert Page, they never wrapped it up.
The first segment, I mean. There are scorpions in Egypt.
Yeah, I saw that movie with The Rock.
Yeah,
he was the king of them.
It was pretty. It was a pretty bad film, and this sounds pretty bad too. Scorpions in Egypt have stung 3 people to death in the southern city of Aswan after heavy storms brought them into the streets and homes.
So they were rocking you after the hurricane? Not like a hurricane?
It sounds like it. 450 more people were injured by scorpion stings, a health ministry official said. The hail and thunderstorms in the area near the Nile River on Friday was particularly violent, and that means that scorpions were washed into the streets by heavy rain, while snakes have also been disturbed. No word on whether those snakes were white or not.
Good.
No,
Good.
I'm not sure about that one. Extra doses of antivenom have been provided to medical centers in villages near mountains and deserts, a health official told Al Haram news agency. Near mountains and deserts in Egypt, that means everywhere, right?
I think so, yes.
Doctors have been pulled away from giving vaccinations to treat scorpion bites, the official added.
So
I don't know. It's not really a bite per se.
More of a sting, right? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Although if you've been bitten once or twice, the second time you're twice shy at that point.
Stupid.
Winds of change.
People
I'll
have
just start saying 80s hair metal references.
Yeah, I know.
Warned.
I got it. Now they're just
Tesla.
not in reference to anything at this point. People have been urged to stay at home and avoid places with trees.
Nelson.
It sounds like, come on. Egypt is...
Would you rather be stung by the scorpions or Nelson?
Scorpions. Egypt is home to fat-tailed scorpions.
Hey, they're trying their best. They're working on Pelotons. Them scorpions are thick with 2 C's, baby.
They're among the most deadly in the world. I'll second that.
Yeah, they make the rock and roll go round.
Venom from a black fat tail can kill humans in under an hour.
Not touching that one.
My anaconda don't want none, as a matter of fact.
Unless you got a fat tail.
Fat tail. Antivenom is used as a preventative measure before symptoms arise.
What happens once the symptoms have arrived?
It can work then too. The story actually says that. I don't know why, but it does.
What the fuck? It's used before symptoms. What about symptoms? What works then too? The fuck's the point of that then?
No point in mentioning any of that. Let's see. All right, Dan. What's coming up in the second segment of the show?
Oh, Ricky. Well, we're going to be trying to figure out what's up with the most interesting woman in the world. We're going to be talking about getting poked and some concrete meat.
No Good News Network, the news no one cares about.
Noga News Network.
Hey, Dan, you know what I love?
Yeah. You love long walks on the beach and slow meandering streams.
You know what else I love?
Popcorn?
Yeah, delicious
I
flavored
knew.
popcorn.
It's because we're doing a popcorn commercial.
From Grandma Bev's Good Ass Popcorn, as to be more specific.
Yeah, every other popcorn sucks.
Grandma Bev's has a delicious variety of flavors to choose from.
Like Pop Secret, they're owned by Nazis.
Yep. I'm not gonna refute that. They've got cinnamon roll popcorn.
Ricky, I once heard Orville Redenbacher killed a man.
They've got your kettle corn, your caramel, your
You know, the people who run Jiffy Pop are a bunch of racists.
white cheddar ghost pepper.
Yep.
Cheddar jalapeno.
I really think that all other popcorn brands are members of the Illuminati and control the government.
Whatever. They've got the movie theater butter. They've got.
Is it the mad scientist professors over at Grandma Bev's Good Ass Popcorn always concocting new flavors?
They're working on stuff, Dan. Get off their backs.
How about maybe something like a Fruity Pebble flavor?
They're trying some shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Popcorn Pop Rocks in it?
Everything they make is delicious.
It is delicious. So it doesn't matter what they come up with. It's going to be good ass.
Yeah, go to grandmabevs.shop and, go on and get you some. Yeah, we got t-shirts. We got others too. And we got coffee mug. And fanny bags for you. And they're all from No God Knows. NoCadoos.store. Gotta go to NoCadoos.store. NoCadoos.store. Apparel's collectibles and more. NoCadoos.store. Gotta go to NoCadoos.store. NoCadoos.store. You think singing like Hootie is gonna help sell some shit, or?
At least it wasn't that wagon wheel song.
Right, yeah. Welcome back to Noka News Network, the news no one cares about. I'm Ricky French, and I'm still with Dan Colley.
Now, this segment is what Noka's all about.
Is that so?
Yeah. Well, the first segment was pretty good, too. It was about a lot of animals.
Yeah, cover a lot of that.
We do a lot of animals and drugs and dumb shit.
Yeah, you know what we haven't done for a while? Remember we used to have all those DUI stories all the time? Wacky DUIs.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot
of that.
A lot of Deweys lately.
Yes, well, there's been fewer people out and about, I guess, as part of that.
Oh, I was going to say maybe people are being more responsible.
No, that's not it.
No.
They're just getting hammered at home.
Oh, well, that's the smart way to do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yes. We're going to be talking about people getting hammered here in a little bit. But let's start off with some COVID news. We haven't talked about the COVID.
No, we haven't.
We haven't talked about the old vid there for a little while. Remember we were doing a lot of vid stories where they were, for a while, there was a big push to get vaccinated and people were giving away freebies to get vaccinated. Now, of course, no one wants to be vaccinated and it's a whole,
it's a whole thing there.
fucking thing.
Yeah, I remember that. There was various things, cheesecake, donuts, beer, all kinds of giveaways.
People want to do things until you tell them they have to, then they don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, I sort of get that.
All right, so here is
the in one sense, the punk rocker in me appreciates that, but
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm old, so I'll just do what I'm told at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This story here might be one of the better freebie giveaways with the shot.
Okay.
All right. This comes out of Austria,
Oh,
where they do not put shrimps on Barbies.
of course. Home of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it is Austria. In an effort to pump up business once.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Can't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. In an effort to pump up business, once Austria introduces a mandatory COVID-19 vaccine pass in the coming weeks, one enterprising palace of pleasure is putting its money where it will surely pay off.
It's putting its money where some prostitute's mouth is, I think is what you're getting at, Dan.
The Fun Palace Sex Star Sauna Club.
The Fun Palace.
The Fun Palace to get the sex in the star in the sauna.
The Sexenhaus.
The Suckenduken is offering a 30-minute voucher with the lady of your choice.
30 minutes. You got to make quick work of it there, but yeah, sure.
I got time to fucking order a Jimmy John sandwich when I'm done.
Do a little light reading.
What are you going to do for the other 28 and a half minutes? I don't care.
Grind some coffee, make a cup with a French press.
I don't rub my feet. Don't you? I don't know, maybe some eggs. Got you for half an hour. With every vaccine administered on site, you get your free 30-minute voucher. Which the club is offering every Monday from 4 to 10. So happy hour prices, essentially.
I gotcha.
Until the end of November when the vaccine rules take effect. Club director Christoph Lischar told Reuters TV it's actually...
it might have been Reuters TV. I don't know.
It's actually he said, it's actually such a great action to make such a statement, especially in our industry. And now we have a great vaccination site, and we are very popular.
Yeah, that's where I want to get my medical attention at the brothel.
It's not the vaccination that makes you popular. It's
the whores.
It's the whores. The initiative, Take On Getting a Jab, comes in anyway, I'm not reading the rest of that.
Yeah,
we got the point.
No need.
You go get a poke. She gets a poke.
Yeah, well, it works out, I guess.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Those Austrians really know what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. That's what I do with the other 28 minutes. Make her fucking do songs from Sound of Music.
Oh.
Do that. What will you do with a person like Maria's song? Do that one next.
Sing Maria's song while you pour baked beans on your feet.
That's right.
I don't know. You're into weird shit. That's what I'm saying.
I like baked beans.
All right, Dan. Well, there's people boning all over the world, not just in Austria.
Bone if you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Bone around the world.
These people clearly do, and they're doing it on the Canary Islands off of Spain.
Oh, sure.
Over-tourism is regularly blamed for choking historic cities.
There might be some choking involved.
The entendres in this story, there are plentiful, covering world-famous sites and trash and killing local life in tourist hotspots. I guess they mean like plants and wildlife. I don't think they mean people.
No.
I don't think there's like a murder tourism industry.
There is. The New Yorkers like to go to upstate to look at the leaves and kill motherfuckers.
Is that what it is?
Hey, honey, get the kids, put them in the car. We're going upstate to kill some people.
Is this what this new season of Dexter is based on? The murder tourism industry?
Go Giants. Go Jets.
Now tourists having sex is said to be behind the gradual destruction of a beach
of poontangs
and nature preserve in Europe. The Dunas de Maspalomas Special Nature Reserve on the Spanish island of Gran Canaria is...
Doesn't Maspalomas mean much puss?
I don't believe it does, Dan. Known for its wild sand dunes rippling out behind its lighthouse perched on the seafront.
Well, I'm hard.
If you know what I mean.
No wonder.
And regularly tops a list of things to see on the island.
The description alone.
Yeah, well, its dunes, which have been legally protected since 1982, are one of the last remaining shifting dune systems in Europe, providing a resting spot for birds migrating between Africa and Europe. Now it's providing a different kind of rest spot with tourists taking to the dunes regularly to get frisky. Frisky. We don't use phrases like get frisky typically on this show.
I've not used the term get frisky in a long... ever.
A new paper in the Journal of Environmental Management entitled Sand, Sun, Sea, and Sex with Strangers.
Oh, yeah. That was last volume's issue.
The 5 S's, characterizing cruising activity and its environmental impacts on the protected coastal dune field, which sounds like a hell of a read.
I thought it was like the dip, dodge, dive, dip, and dodge, or
I don't know.
5 S's, huh?
This paper looks for the first time at the environmental impact on the coastal reserve being used as a cruising area. Researchers inventoried 298, quote, sex spots on the beach.
There's individualized nookie locations.
Apparently. Over a total area of over 2 square miles, mainly among, quote, bushy and dense vegetation.
I don't like bushy and dense vegetation. Maybe a little bit of maybe a little Hitler or a
yes.
pole cue.
And
I prefer hardwood floor myself.
And nebkas, dunes that wad up around vegetation.
A lot of wads going on up around that vegetation.
They studied them during May 2018, a period which included the local Gay Pride Festival. Tourist sex and cruiser trampling, quote unquote, impacts not only on the nebkas but also on 8 native plant species, 3 of which are endemic, they found. So I don't know what they're doing to the plants. I don't know if Harvey Weinstein's involved or not. But
Me.
tourists trample over vegetation, remove plants and sand, and make their own quote unquote nests, even fencing them off, and dumped waste, including cigarettes, condoms, toilet paper, wipes, and cans. They also use the dunes as a toilet, with researchers finding urination and defecation locations.
Oh, great, the Germans are there.
Defecation locations. The more remote the sex spot is, the more it had been used and the more trash was left in it, researchers noticed.
The more trash that were... Well, that makes sense, though, because if you can get to regular sex spots, you're like, I'm bored with the regular sex spots. Let's go on the other side of the hill there. That's a nice new sex spot.
Went to the urination spot?
The urination
Tried some real
station.
freaky shit.
That's right. Get into that.
Even the dunes, quote, exclusion zone, which is completely off limits to the public,
So, gotcha. That's usually the exclusion zone most times.
was found to have 56 sex spots, which I don't know how they determine what's a sex spot and what isn't.
They see if there's an ass imprint in the sand, I guess.
Yeah, it might be. As a result of the tourist activities, there has been a complete abandonment, quote unquote, of environmental education in the reserve. According to the study, the reserve was originally created with education as a primary activity, but now the boning is the primary activity. What's more, this is the worst part, Dan. Gran Canaria giant lizards, a popular site in the Canary Islands,
Hey, well, I don't know if it's giant or not, but it's pretty good size.
have, quote unquote, died after eating condoms left behind by pleasure seekers. That's just sad and disgusting. Wrote Patrick Hesp, one of the report's authors, in an article for The Conversation. So, yeah, basically...
I didn't know the lizards thought they were flavorful, but okay.
Well, the bottom line on all that is... just the sheer amount of boning is ruining the environment.
So essentially what we're trying to say here on the Noka News Network, the news no one cares about, is that you can finger, thumb, suck, fuck, and cornhole your way through the hearts of America. Just don't do it in the sand dunes.
No.
Or protected ecosystems.
No.
Go to a Super 8, perhaps a very nice Night's Inn.
I don't know that there is one of those, but sure.
Maybe a roadway. Is that the name?
Motel 6 leaves the light on for you, so if you're into that kind of thing.
Right, a Ramada possibly.
Sure.
But not in the middle of a sand dune. No. We don't want lizards choking on your, jizz sack that you left there on
we don't want that.
on the thing.
Don't want that at all.
So I don't want to see any naked bones on the beach. Mm-hmm. But you know where you would see some naked people boning on the beach, probably?
Oh, I don't know, Dan. Why don't you tell me?
Florida. This story actually has to do with body parts on a beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot we were doing this story next. That was why it was an awkward segue. And I'm not very good at segues.
Okay.
For the second day in a row, police in Tampa were called to the McKay Bay to investigate reports of body parts being found.
Oh, shit.
A spokesperson for the Tampa Police Department confirmed additional body parts were found at McKay Bay near the 22nd Street Causeway Bridge just before noon on Friday. Witnesses at the scene told WFLA, all your news for Florida. New body part appears to be another leg. So, another leg.
So they found a couple of legs.
Police were first called to the same area of McKay Bay Thursday night when fishermen reported finding what appeared to be a human leg floating in the water. Tampa police later confirmed the body part belonged to a human and launched a death investigation. As of Friday afternoon, police say they have not identified the victim. They did, however, discover a tattoo just beneath the lower right calf on the person. Well, it's not on the person anymore. It's on the fucking leg. It's just floating around out in the water.
Sure.
The tattoo is of 3 red hearts with the name Sean, Greg, and Zach inside each of them. So whoever this was a big fan of boy bands, I think.
Yeah, which one was that? O-Town? I don't remember.
I don't know, but these are douchebags with boy town names. On Friday...
Boytown? Whatever. That works. Whatever. I loved Boytown.
Your favorite boy band?
That song about Baby was really good.
Baby, ooh, baby.
Yeah, you know. That was a great one.
Baby. And then they had that rap section by the real bad boy that was in there. That was Zach, right?
That was also about Baby.
Yeah, he was like, baby, what I want to be with you, baby, my baby.
Right,
oh,
yeah,
baby,
yeah.
we're all babies. Yeah.
He was the bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a human leg floating around in the bay. No one knows who the hell it is. Obviously, there's someone in the water now named Bob.
Oh,
And if anyone has any information identifying what the hell is going on down there, you can either call Tampa Police at 813-231-6130 or Crime Stoppers of Tampa Bay, who didn't stop shit, at 1-800-873-TIPS. Remember, just the tip, folks.
I'm sure those Crime Stoppers of Tampa have their work cut out for them there. I don't really blame them.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, well, this story is sort of related to another body part, Dan.
Baby.
As 3 giant penis-shaped garden ornaments have been snatched from a shop, which hit the headlines after the owner refused to remove one of the quote-unquote obscene statues from his window display.
Huh. Big old garden wangs, huh?
Apparently. Jason Hadlow, 58, owner of Simply Dutch in Leeming Bar, North Yorkshire, over in the old UK, was forced to look on as his beloved 4-foot masonry manhood was seized in 2010 following complaints from the public.
Beloved.
Beloved. He loved that giant concrete dong. But the defiant businessman declined to pay the 80-pound fine to have the stone sculpture returned to him and instead ordered 150 more from Indonesia.
That'll teach him.
I guess Indonesia has like a cottage industry and making giant concrete wangs. I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm going to get some concrete dong, it's from Indonesia. I mean, they make the finest concrete dongs.
I just assumed, obviously wrongly, that your concrete dongs would come from Hong Kong. But,
no, you think that the Hong Kong dong is really where it's at, but
right.
it's not as bad as those cheap Taiwan knockoff dongs.
Right, you don't want that. No. The incident led to him launching the Free Willy campaign with pictures of concrete penises appearing online in various locations.
And Michael Jackson.
Is it creepy to send a picture of a concrete penis to girls at 3 a.m?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking. North Yorkshire police eventually bowed to pressure and released the statue to the shop. But now, 11 years later, the final 3 ornaments were stolen around 10 p.m. on Monday night. The thieves also took 5 cast iron stags and 5 concrete dogs, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they make those.
Newfoundland.
Probably.
Canada.
I can't believe anyone would want to steal some concrete willies, the shop owner said. It's the end of an era. They were sentimental to me. It was a big story at the time. A 4-foot tall story, from what I understand.
I'm going to miss me Willie.
Probably not see anything like them again, he said.
I hope not. I don't want to see any big concrete dongers.
He said, I hope somebody will get some use out of them.
Oh, someone will.
Jeez, I hope not. That sounds dangerous.
Just wait till a bit later in this episode. You're going to find out.
Okay.
All right, let's finish up this by talking about the most interesting woman in the world.
Let's.
And this comes out of Minneapolis.
Twin Cities there.
Both
St.
of them.
Paul, yep.
A 70-year-old Minneapolis woman allegedly threatened a state trooper with a fake gun made of duct tape and tinfoil before climbing onto a bridge over an interstate with a bottle of tequila in hand.
I think you're right. This is the most interesting woman in the world.
Now, folks, in the interest of being very transparent, we stopped pre-reading the story at that point. I don't know what the hell else goes on. I didn't need to know.
We're about to find out.
Gene Hansen is charged with threats of violence, fleeing a peace officer, and 2 counts of DWI. There they are.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
A criminal complaint states that the trooper began following Hansen's vehicle Saturday night when she was driving erratically near Concordia and Snelling Avenues in St. Paul.
Oh, yeah, over there in St. Paul, yeah.
Hansen stopped in a closed traffic lane, exited her vehicle, and approached the trooper's squad car. "Hey, officer, I'm trying to find my way out of here," she allegedly told the trooper, who was aware of an active warrant for her arrest. The trooper asked Hansen to sit in the squad car. She refused and tried to get back into her own vehicle, at which point the trooper tried to pull her out of the car. The complaint states Hansen grabbed something that looked like a gun and pointed it at the trooper, who retreated to the squad car, so obviously she's white. Hansen sped away from the scene in her vehicle. The car was later found nearby. Hansen was found hanging on the fence of the Pascal Street Bridge over Interstate 94, drinking from a bottle of tequila and grabbing at the silver gun-shaped object in her waistband. Authorities eventually got her off the bridge as part of I-94 was closed during the incident.
Yeah, it's an old lady hanging from the bridge drinking tequila.
Well, according to the complaint, they recovered a replica handgun, knife, and another foil and duct-taped object.
Oh, God, I wonder what that was.
Dildo. Hansen allegedly showed signs of impairment and admitted to taking at least 6 diazepam pills,
Oh, man.
for which she had a prescription, before drinking her tequila.
Well, yeah, you have a prescription, but A, you're not supposed to take 6, probably, and B, he probably doesn't mix with tequila too well.
Well,
But it did give her this drink to climb a bridge and hang off of it.
that's very true.
And drink while drinking tequila or out of the bottle.
She's 70. She knew what she wants.
Fucking Sammy Hagar's never done anything that fucking wild.
No, she's wobberific. The complaint states she told authorities she thought the trooper who stopped her was a threat to the public, which is why she grabbed her fake gun. She was committed as a mentally ill person earlier this year following an assault charge. And she probably is going to be reevaluated.
I would imagine.
I would assume.
All right, Dan. What is happening in the third and final segment of the big 37th episode of the show?
Well, if you didn't think we could top that segment, just wait. As we talk about, of course, the paranormal news, a massager I hardly knew her. And we're going to start the holidays early with some XXX-Mas.
No Good News Network, the news no one cares about.
Local News Network.
Hey, Dan, you know what I love?
Yeah. You love long walks on the beach and slow meandering streams.
You know what else I love?
Popcorn?
Yeah, delicious flavored popcorn.
It's because we're doing a popcorn commercial.
From Grandma Bev's Good Ass Popcorn, as to be more specific.
Yeah, every other popcorn sucks.
Grandma Bev's has a delicious variety of flavors to choose from.
Like Pop Secret, they're owned by Nazis.
Yep. I'm not gonna refute that. They've got cinnamon roll popcorn.
Ricky, I once heard Orville Redenbacher killed a man.
They've got your kettle corn, your caramel, your
You know, the people who run Jiffy Pop are a bunch of racists.
white cheddar ghost pepper.
Yep.
Cheddar jalapeno.
I really think that all other popcorn brands are members of the Illuminati and control the government.
whatever. They've got the movie theater butter. They've got.
Is it the mad scientist professors over at Grandma Bev's Good Ass Popcorn always concocting new flavors?
They're working on stuff, Dan. Get off their backs.
How about maybe something like a Fruity Pebble flavor?
They're trying some shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Popcorn Pop Rocks in it?
Everything they make is delicious.
It is delicious. So it doesn't matter what they come up with. It's going to be good ass.
Yeah, go to grandmabevs.shop and, go on and get you some. Yeah, we got t-shirts. We got others too. And we got coffee mugs. And fanny bags for you. And they're all from Noka Nose. NokaNews.store. Gotta go to NokaNews.store. NokaNews.store. Apparel's collectibles and more. NokaNews.store. Gotta go to NokaNews.store. NokaNews.store. You think singing like Hootie is going to help sell some shit, or?
At least it wasn't that wagon wheel song.
Right, yeah. Welcome back to the Noka News Network, the news no one cares about. I'm Ricky French. That's Dan Golly.
Hey, do you remember the band The Fabulous Thunderbirds?
Yeah.
They sucked.
Where'd that come from? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I was just thinking. Remember that one guy that wore the beret and had the mustache, looked like Jamie from MythBusters?
Yeah.
That guy was a real tit.
Okay. All right, well.
That guy seemed like the kind of guy that would raw dog a monkey. Get stuck halfway down a water slide like a cow. Or
I don't even know.
dumb shit.
Talking about anymore.
Fucking shut up.
Well, I suppose you're entitled to share your opinion, Dan. I guess that's the important thing.
Well, once you get to a certain age, comedy podcasts will just say what they want. They don't care anymore.
I suppose that's true. Well, Dan, got some news for you.
Does anyone care about it?
Nope.
Perfect.
Courtney Cox
Don't care already.
found a practical use for a sexy toy gifted to her by Goop Maven Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's not the kind of Goop Maven you're thinking of, Dan.
I wasn't going to say anything, man.
The Friends star joked about what to do with one of the luxury lifestyle brand's signature vibrators.
Wait a minute. Courtney Cox was in Friends?
Yeah.
She's the one from Ace Ventura, right? Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Wait a minute. She's the one from that He-Man movie, right? From the 80s? With Dolph Lundgren?
Was she?
Yeah.
She also
the Principal Strickland from Back to the Future was in that.
Oh, she danced in the Bruce Springsteen video too. So you know.
You know that Lord of the not Lord of the Rings, He-Man, the Masters of the Universe movie.
Yeah.
They had a character in there. Remember Orko?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do Orko for the movie. Instead, they made this little furry guy named Grildor or Dildor or Dildo or whatever the fuck his name was, right? Mm-hmm. And he's the one who's like, I'm playing the magic keys or whatever, and give him the portal so I could go to Earth.
Sure. Yeah.
That guy was an asshole too.
The Friends star joked about what to do with one of the luxury lifestyle brand's signature vibrators in a video posted to the brand's official Instagram on Wednesday.
Could whip up a latte, maybe.
Instead of going to the bedroom, Courtney tended to a sore elbow with the massage device, prompting Goop to use a risque caption that read, "One woman's G-spot vibrator is another woman's elbow massager." Well, that was a brilliant marketing tactic on their part, I guess.
Can we get them to take over our social media for us? It's about as good.
Yeah, right. It's pretty similar. In the 14-second clip, the Scream actress surveyed a box of Goop goodies, which included lip gloss, a silk sleep mask, the Goop sex issue book, and a blue vibrator. Cheekily holding the wand up to a mirror, she said, We all know how to use this, but the scene was nowhere as racy as it seemed, panning down to reveal she was tending to her tennis elbow with the device. Well,
Hey, bro. Why did Gwyneth Paltrow name her company Goop?
well, I don't know, man. Why did she make a candle that she says smells like her vagina? I don't know the answer to either of those things.
Has anyone ever gotten that candle?
I mean,
and-
I'm sure
and
some
put
people
online?
have.
Yeah, but is there any record anywhere of what the candle smelled like? Did it smell like a?
I'm sure there is,
cooter?
but I don't think it does. I remember seeing a description of it that was like, it was like, well, I don't know, sandalwood and elderberries or something. I don't know.
Her stuff don't smell like sandalwood. Ain't no one stuff's be smelling like sandalwood.
I sort of doubt it.
I mean, my
Ain't no one's stuff.
junk smells like elderberries.
No, it doesn't.
How do you know? You haven't
If by old berries, then yes, it probably does.
elderly berries.
Yeah, right.
My stuff smells like elderly berries.
I'm sure it does. Courtney Cox is not the first celebrity that Paltrow has bestowed the gift upon. She also sent vibrators to Kim Kardashian and Demi Lovato.
Jesus, stop.
She takes pride in offering sex-positive products via Goop and recently revealed some praise.
I take pride in offering sex products to my wife and my Goop.
It recently revealed some praise her 15-year-old son Moses gave for the site.
You know what's funny? Out of the people that listen to this show, I can guarantee you that maybe 2 to 4% they're the ones that can't believe that I'm the one married
Yeah.
and you're the one not. Like, no one would think that I'm the one that's married.
I think it's probably more than 2 to 4%, Dan.
Yeah, I probably didn't do that right. I'm amazed that no one thinks that I'm the married one, right? I mean,
yeah,
they're all
probably
like,
not.
who in the fuck married that degenerate?
Yeah, that's, it's a valid question.
It's been a long time, too, so, there you go.
Okay, Dan, well, naming your company a Goop and mailing vibrators to celebrities is not exactly normal, but it also isn't really paranormal. But this is because it's the paranormal news. In a curious case out of Venezuela, a mysterious set of clawed footprints were discovered in a home, and some have suggested that the odd markings may have come from a reptilian being.
Nah, I'm going to go with Gene Simmons' big kiss boots.
According to a local media report, the weird discovery was made last week in the city of Caracas when a bewildered homeowner... You made a Tim Allen noise, you fucking asshole. Noticed the weird prints on his otherwise pristine floor.
Oh, fuck that guy.
So this guy, he keeps a clean floor and something fucked it up. And he's trying to get to the bottom of it. The witness indicated that the dark markings were around 10 inches in length, impressive, and appeared to have been muddy in nature. They were muddy in nature.
He was on a beach earlier.
The prints are particularly puzzling for a pair of reasons, beginning with the fact that, as the witness explained, it had not rained, therefore it was impossible that someone had stepped on the swamp in the street and left those marks. Okay, they have a swamp in the street?
It's a swamp in the street,
And
but
a bog in the sheets?
that's it.
Compounding the mystery is that they were found on the second story of the home, and it would have been impossible for someone to have entered the residence by way of a window, as there are security bars in place for preventing just such a thing.
Well, you sound like you live in a shitty neighborhood, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Understandably intrigued by the footprints found in his home, the witness subsequently explored the rest of the residence, hoping to find additional marks that might explain their origin. However, a search of the house turned up no additional prints or any mud-like substances that could account for the bewildering discovery. With that in mind, the source of the footprints remains a mystery, with Venezuelan UFO researcher Hector Escalante, who investigated the case, suggesting that they could have come from, quote-unquote, reptilians among us. Or, he conceded, it may have just been a joke.
Yeah.
Or maybe like an actual reptile. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been. Why don't you call the Venezuelan Scooby Gang to come out there and
Yeah,
El Mystery Machine and
Yeah,
figure it out for you?
finding a weird footprint and just immediately assuming that it's a reptile person is kind of a leap in logic.
Could have been leaping lizard logic.
You idiot.
All right, let's now that we're towards the tail end of the show, let's go back over to the jolly old UK where they have concrete penises.
They do, I guess.
And talk about the NHS, the National Health Service.
All right.
The NHL, the NHS doctors have spent more than £3 million extracting items out of rectums over the past decade. Experts
or
say
bums, as they call them.
bums, yeah, out of their boots. Scientists analyzed. I had to double check that word.
Sure.
NHS records to determine how many manual removal of foreign body from rectum procedures were conducted in NHS hospitals between 2010 and 2019. They found doctors had to remove more than 3,500 objects.
Oh, well, okay.
And the team claimed the trend costing the NHS roughly £340,000 a year is becoming more of a problem. That's a lot of pounds in the butt. Or pounds because of the butt.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, I know.
Freudian slip. Critics today argued taxpayers would be uncomfortable, but not nearly as uncomfortable as the people that had the
Things up there.
stuff in their ass with the soaring number and cost of the accidents. I don't know if it was an accident or not.
It didn't start as one.
Nearly twice as many foreign objects, 518, were removed in the final year of the study. So that's a lot of things in your bum. People most commonly shove objects in their rectum for sexual pleasure.
Oh yeah, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was for some other reason, like
Well, we only have two hands.
pick up TV reception or something.
We only have two hands. How am I supposed to carry out the hot dogs, the pasta salad, and a cold beer to the grill, Ricky?
You're an idiot.
This is partly to do with the number of nerves in the anus, making it highly sensitive, and for men can stimulate the prostate, an erogenous zone, part of the male reproductive system. For women, it can also indirectly stimulate parts of the vajayjay.
Indirectly, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like adjacent.
They are.
They're neighbors. There's a little sidewalk in between the two.
That's true.
And so if you stimulate one, it calls the neighbor, go, hey, you need to come over here. I'm getting stimulated.
You're a moron, Dan.
The report by doctors from the Royal Wolverhampton Hospital NHS Trust
Wolverhampton Hospital
did not name what objects Brits have used. But over the years...
Fish and chips. Malt vinegar bottles.
Well, Mail Online has reported on people using toothbrushes,
Okay.
aerosol
like
cans.
an electric toothbrush, maybe?
I wasn't thinking that. Why are you thinking that?
Well, no, it was...
Wait.
It's like, were they...
Wait, no. What?
No, I'm saying...
What? Yeah.
At first, I didn't...
What?
Oh, stop it.
I mean, like one of them Quip toothbrushes?
Were they trying to, like, scrub up there? But then I was like, oh, maybe an electric toothbrush.
Hey, by the way, if Quip wants to sponsor the show, we can do a live read for you.
I'm sure they're going to jump right on that.
Toothbrushes, aerosol cans.
Okay.
Big can of WD-40 up the ass.
Well,
Toy figurines. I'm assuming like He-Man. Something like that, maybe.
Safe assumption, I guess.
And eggs
Eggs.
in the pursuit of sexual
The incredible edible egg.
Yep. With silly putty in it, maybe. The researchers speculated the rise of internet porn and access to sex toys. None of those are sex toys. May be behind the rising cases by inspiring people to try the practice. So basically, men made up the vast majority of the incidents, accounting for 85% of the cases.
Okay.
And
do you think that's because, well, I think probably more men do it, but I also think it's probably partly because, like everything else, women are probably smarter about the things they put up their ass.
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
know? It's like the same principle as like there are fewer women skydivers. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they're not going to get into
They're like, why the fuck would I jump out of an airplane?
They're like, why the fuck would I shove this bottle of Worcestershire sauce up my ass?
That's right,
No,
HP sauce.
Same principle.
Throw some HP sauce up the ass. It does say, though, also that over 60s, the over 60s demographic accounted for about 1 in 6.
Okay.
So,
Pretty big percentage.
yeah, so a bunch of old dudes are
dudes.
shoving Pringles fucking chips cans up their asses. And,
Crisps, Dan. This is
I'm
UK.
sorry, crisps. Yeah, Walker's. Walker's crisps. You know the number one flavor of Walker's crisps?
Malt vinegar?
I believe it is a malt vinegar flavor, or Worcestershire flavored.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. We have some Walker's crisps at the house. I haven't shoved them in my ass,
Well, that's good news.
in case you're curious. But
I wasn't.
let's continue talking about asses,
Sure, why not?
and let's go ahead and be like every other dickhead entertainment venue and go ahead and start talking about Christmas, I guess.
I guess
Or
we will.
any holiday season, because here on the Noka News, we will make sure that we offend everyone with talk of, ass play, but not forgetting your particular holiday. If Dakota Johnson is your Secret Santa, first of all, you have to explain to me who the fuck that is. Second,
Who's in 50 Shades of Grey? I think.
this Christmas is going to be a sexy one.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. The 50 Shades of Grey, good job, Ricky, actress revealed to the In Style magazine that sure be, or website, or whatever the fuck it is, that sure be gifting the anal plug designed by sexual wellness brand Maud this year.
I loved that show.
I don't want B. Arthur from Maud designing anything that needs to go in or around asses, vaginas, or dicks. Don't want it. I don't think I'm going to ever be able to get hard if I'm going to be like, hey, why don't you go give me that fucking Maud dildo over there? Give me the B. Arthur real quick, would you? She says, oh, this is going in everyone's stocking and ass. Are you kidding? It's the perfect stocking stuffer, she told InStyle.
And what?
You think you're...
Wait.
What?
It's the perfect stocking stuffer, and what else, Dan?
In your butt.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we covered that.
Yeah. All right. She goes on to say, if you think your uncle hasn't wanted a butt plug his entire life, you're lying.
I don't really want to know whether or not my uncle ever wanted a butt plug. Hey, you retired from the railroad. Have you ever wanted to shove something up your ass? Well, Merry Christmas.
Boy, have I. Dubbed.
I know, somehow, I don't think that's going to work in my family.
Yeah. Might mine. Dubbed the cone, the anal plug is a dark evergreen color and resembles a Christmas tree. Perfect for bringing holiday festivities into your bedroom.
You know what else it resembles? A butt plug.
And festivities into your ass. Johnson joined the Maud team as co-creative director and investor last year and immediately inquired about anal products.
Wow, she couldn't wait. Couldn't wait.
You know what? I'm really excited about this prospect. I want to go ahead and invest, and I want something to shove in my asshole. Anyone got anything to shove in my asshole? Anything at all. I don't even care.
Can't go 5 seconds.
A butt plug, an old sausage,
Light bulb.
something from the Roach Coach down the street, an aerosol can, anything. I don't care.
Toy figurine.
Yeah, stapler. Maybe not a stapler. She goes on to say, I know there are so many people that are curious about it, and there are so many parts of one's anus that are erogenous zones that I think
How many parts of an anus are there? I thought it was just sort of one thing.
They're fun for people to explore. Like they're spelunkers trying to delve into your fucking ass cave.
You put on an oil fueled headlamp and you go to town.
So
come to think of it, maybe my uncle would be interested.
yeah, I got to make sure that there's a couple fucking parakeets that fucking survive.
That's canary. You have to shove a canary
in your ass first, right?
and if it's okay,
then you're good.
Then, all right, yeah.
I did read a story a while ago that a bunch of fucking, what was it, Taiwanese fucking miners got rescued out of a caved-in ass.
That happened several years ago. Yeah, sure.
Johnson is one of several celebrity sex toy entrepreneurs. Cara Delvergerine, whatever the fuck her name is co-owner of Laura DiCarlo and Gwyneth Paltrow, of course.
Yes.
Recently launched her own Goop.
Yep.
By the way, just to let you know, the cone is $30, made of FDA grade body safe silicone and is soft to the touch. The tapered end of the toy in its smaller size makes it the perfect starter size for beginners. Designed with both men and women in mind to make anal play really approachable.
Okay, great. I do not I am no celebrity, but I do not recommend giving that to your family members. I just don't. If they want one, that's their own business, and they can handle that on their own time.
This fucking basket case goes on to say, just as an anal plug is taboo, a lot of women think a vibrator is taboo, and a lot of women can't orgasm from penetrative sex alone. I think that the fact is obviously becoming more well-known, but there are more people that I have gifted a vibe to, and it's been their first vibrator, and it's a very cool thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess in certain circles that might be all right, but I just don't think that's great advice for Christmas gift giving.
All I know is I know what you're getting for Christmas this year.
A new co-host. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap things up, speaking of Christmas. And I got some bad news for you.
You give me a butt plug for Christmas?
No, that would be the good news for you, Dan.
It's true.
The bad news is Santa Claus may not be coming to every town this year.
Not without a butt plug.
And it's all
Because
thanks...
he can't orgasm without penetrative sex alone, it says.
And it's all thanks to the sporadic labor market.
Oh, okay. All right.
Industries across the United States have been dealing with a major labor shortage this year, and that includes positions for the jolly old elf himself.
Do you think he has one shaped like a candy cane? It's white and red striped and shit.
Fucking asshole.
Has a handle on it.
The tight market has many people across the U.S.
That's why you gotta get a starter size first.
Would you let me do this for the love of God? It's led many people across the U.S. unable to book one of Santa's helpers to visit kids ahead of Christmas time.
How do you expect me not to go on about a butt plug?
Yeah,
story.
I don't know why I expect it, but I sort of did. According to a report from KOIN, a professional Santa school in Denver is seeing up to 15% fewer Santas in the region this holiday season. And CNN reports the demand for St. Nicholas to appear is up more than 120% in other areas.
You know, my wife and I were discussing the other day that a lot of for example, like Disney items and stuff are selling out really quickly on their websites and stuff.
Right.
And it's because we think a lot of people are just been so miserable the last 2 years that they're just anything that makes them happy.
Yeah.
So they want more Santa. They want more Christmas. They want more holiday stuff in their life to make them feel better, like Santas
I get that.
and Mickey ornaments and butt
I
plugs.
Sure. During last year's holiday season, Santa's helpers had to adapt to the pandemic climate, with some converting their regular chats with children into virtual visits, and others taking wish lists from kids behind plexiglass dividers. Well, that's just sad.
That would suck.
That's just sad. I wouldn't, if I don't have any kids, but of course, but if I did, I just would skip the Santa rather than, what is it, like Santa in jail?
That's what I was thinking, like Santa, pick the phone up, talk to him real quick, hang it up.
Yeah, you going to visit Santa at the county lockup?
I would think maybe that's how it's done. I'm not sure. I've never been there for Christmas.
Let's see. Another issue is men who take on the role of Saint Nick are at higher risk for COVID, and that's led to many positions going
because you got a bunch of little snot-nosed kids coughing in your face asking for a Nerf ball and shit.
Yeah, and a guy with a white beard is an older man, and, he doesn't want to get the COVID, of course.
Don't breathe on me, bitch.
Most of us tick all the boxes. We're old, some are overweight, jolly, if you will, and have
fat.
And have diabetes. And if we don't have diabetes, we have heart disease.
Wilford Brimley is Santa Claus?
Stephen Arnold told the Associated Press in 2020. Arnold is the president of IBRBS, an association formerly known as the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas.
All right.
Currently, there are labor shortages affecting trucking companies, veterinary services, and hospitality. So the labor shortage is also ruining Christmas.
Yeah, well, at least there's no labor shortage in the particular rubber appendage market manufacturing.
Well, thanks for sticking around somehow to the end of another episode of the Noka News Network.
You said the end.
Oh, God. If you like check out some of our merchandise at NokaNews.store. We do not sell butt plugs.
All right.
Just covering that.
Yeah.
If you'd like to contact us on Facebook, that can be done at facebook.com/Noka News Network or on Twitter at NewsNoka.
Yeah, if you want to call us and tell us just how hard we rock, you can do that on the hotline at 614-398-0770. If you want to come and be our Noka Santa this year, you can do that.
Leave us a voicemail. Tell us your particular problems with the show. I imagine that's the only reason somebody will call.
Let Ricky know how much you would love a holiday butt plug.
And if you want to, sort of take the opportunity to write out those issues in more of a alliterative form, you could send an email to us at newsroom@nokanews.com. That way, if you're a person that wants to put all your words down first before you say them, that you can communicate that way.
And if you want to buy me flowers, just go ahead now.
I gotta say, this was a particularly salacious episode of the show.
There was a lot of talking about fucking in this one.
Yes, there was.
This week was a lot like last week. We continued on with a lot of sex toy talk.
Yeah.
Last week we did the Kentucky themed ones.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And one of our awesome listeners reminded us that we missed one, which is actually very apropos for this episode.
Well, what was that?
That was called the Louisville Plugger.
Noka News Network.